Welcome to Urban Soul, where we blend healing, growth, and soulful living. I'm Jax, your herbalist and life coach on this journey to help you heal deeply and grow intentionally. Today, we're talking about something we all wrestle with, letting go. Whether it's a relationship that's run its course, a belief that's kept you small, or even a closet full of things that carry more weight than joy. Letting go is an art. And when you do it with grace, it's not about loss. It's about creating space for something better. Today, let's talk about how to release and rise. Let's be honest, letting go isn't easy because our minds cling to what's familiar. Even if something is draining us, there's comfort in knowing it. It's like keeping a plant that's half dead. You water it, you move it into the sun, but deep down you know it's not going to thrive. Whether it's a relationship that's run its course, a belief that's kept you small, or even a closet full of things that carry more weight than joy, letting go is an art. And when you do it with grace, it's not about loss, it's about creating space for something better. Today, let's talk about how to release and rise. We hold on because the familiar feels safe, even when it's heavy. Our minds are wired to cling to what we know, such as habits, relationships, identities, things, even pain, because predictability gives us a sense of control. Even if something is draining us, there's comfort in knowing it. The truth is, keeping what no longer serves you robs you of the energy that helps you flourish. Sometimes we keep old stories alive because they've shaped who we are, or we fear that releasing them will mean losing a part of ourselves. Other times, we get in the loop of hoping that things will change with no effort from you, or because letting go forces us to face the unknown. The truth is, holding on too long will quietly drain our energy, dim our light, and block the very things we're longing for. Sometimes, when people say, just let it go, it sounds so simple, but in reality, it's not like flipping on a switch. It's a layered process. I like to think of letting go as having 3 different levels: physical, emotional, and energetic. Each one works differently, but they're all connected. When you address them together, you're not just removing something from your life, you're actually rebalancing yourself from the inside out. Now let's talk about the 3 levels of letting go. The first level is physical release. This is the easiest one because you can literally see it. It's letting go of the tangible things, such as the clutter in your home, piles of papers you're meaning to sort, the jeans from 10 years ago that don't fit, but someday you're hoping they might. Physical release matters because our environment mirrors our inner state. If your space is chaotic, it's hard for your mind to feel calm. And here's the thing, when you start clearing out the physical, it sends a signal to your brain that you're making space for something new. Coaching tip: start small. 1 drawer, 1 shelf, 1 area that feels heavy. And while you're clearing it, notice what emotions come up. You might realize that old sweater is tied to a version of you that you've outgrown. That's when you know it's more than just stuff. It's a story you're still carrying. The second level is emotional release. This one's a bit deeper. Emotional release is about letting go of feelings that are weighing you down. This includes resentment, guilt, regret, and maybe even old grief. These emotions are valid, but they're not meant to live in you forever. I tell my clients, emotions are visitors, not roommates. They're meant to come, be acknowledged, and then move on. When we avoid them, they tend to linger and show up in sneaky ways, maybe as tension in the body, short tempers, or exhaustion. Emotional release isn't usually a one and done, it's a practice. This might be a regular meditation practice to quiet your mind and soften your heart. It could be journaling, getting the swirl of thoughts out of your head and onto paper until your mind feels lighter. Or having an honest conversation with someone who can truly hear you. One of my favorites is writing a letter you'll never send, then burning it in a small releasing ritual. Watching those words turn to ash can feel like watching the weight you've been carrying finally lift. The key is this: express the emotion in a safe, healthy way so your nervous system can finally exhale and your body can remember what peace feels like. The third level is energetic release. This is the deepest level, and honestly, it's the one that can feel the most freeing. Energetic release is about letting go of the invisible attachments, patterns, habits, relationships, or beliefs that drain your life force. Maybe it's a friendship where you're always giving and rarely receiving. Maybe it's a belief that you must earn your worth by overworking yourself, or a habit of saying yes when every part of you is screaming no. Energetic release starts with awareness. You can't shift what you are unaware of. So, the first step is to ask yourself, who or what is draining me most? Once you are clearly aware, you can set boundaries, take intentional space, or if needed, close that chapter completely. Remember, you're not rejecting the person or the past. You're simply reclaiming your energy so it can flow where it belongs. Coach tip: one of these levels will call to you more than the others. But the magic happens when you work through all three. That's when letting go becomes not just an act, but a full reset for your soul. When we finally release, it's like exhaling after holding our breath for far too long. The weight lifts, the air feels clearer, and we suddenly realize how much space was being taken up by what no longer served us. In that space, peace moves in. Creativity wakes up. Our hearts feel lighter, our bodies less tense, our minds more open to possibility. New opportunities begin to appear not because they weren't there before, but because we can finally see them without the fog of old attachments. Release isn't the end. It's the beginning of your journey into soulfulness, a path you never knew was waiting for you. It's the moment a long-closed gate finally swings open, because you've realized the key has been in your hands all along. That's the moment, the threshold, where release begins. At Herb and Soul, we believe your mind, body, and spirit deserve allies on the path to freedom. Today, I'm sharing a few herbal friends who can walk beside you in the sacred act of letting go, helping you release what's heavy and return to your soul's natural flow. Introducing Mugwort, Artemisia vulgaris, the dream herb because it helps with insight and clarity when you're breaking old patterns, beautiful in tea or as incense for a ritual practice. Sage, Salvia officinalis or Salvia apiana, brings wisdom and long life. It's a classic for clearing energy. Burn it, mist it, or even simmer it on the stove to reset your space. White sage is considered sacred, used to cleanse spaces and invite in only the highest, purest energies. Lemon balm, Melissa officinalis, is thought to attract love and joy. It calms emotional storms, making it easier to release with peace instead of panic. Hawthorn tree, Crataegus monogyna, Crataegus lavigata, opens the heart to new beginnings, helping you move through emotional goodbyes without feeling like you're falling apart. Herbs don't just work on the body, they speak to your energy and emotions, making them powerful companions during seasons of change. A soul ritual for release. Now that we've talked about the layers of letting go, I want to guide you through a simple yet powerful ritual you can do anytime you feel ready to release. This isn't about rushing yourself or forcing a fresh start before you're ready. It's about creating a safe, sacred moment where you can acknowledge what's been, thank it for its place in your life, and gently let it go. Begin by brewing a warm cup of lemon balm and mugwort tea. This gentle blend will help calm and open your mind, creating the perfect space for the releasing ritual. Once your tea is ready, take a few slow, grounding breaths. Let your shoulders drop. Feel your body settle. Now recall what you're ready to release. It might be a habit, a thought, a relationship, or even a season of life that's come to an end. Hold your cup close and speak it softly into the rising steam. Picture that steam lifting it from your body and carrying it into the air far away from you. Begin taking slow, mindful sips. As the warmth moves through you, imagine the herbs filling the space you've just cleared with calm, clarity, and the strength to move forward. Take another deep breath and feel that clarity move through your whole body, gently releasing any last traces of doubt, fear, or hesitation. When you're done, open your eyes and simply notice how much lighter you feel, how your body feels softer, your mind quieter, and your spirit just a little more at peace. Here's the truth. Letting go isn't losing. It's changing the seasons of your life, releasing what has withered so new blossoms can grow. It's telling life, I'm ready for what's next. Letting go is how we step out of the limiting beliefs of what's been holding us and reclaim our power to move forward. It's the sacred art of releasing thoughts, feelings, and possessions that no longer serve your highest good. Think of it as manicuring your soulful garden, pulling the weeds so the flowers have room to bloom. When you let go, you create space for new growth, for light to reach the roots, and for your spirit to breathe again. This is something we're meant to do regularly, because the soul, like any garden, thrives with care. And remember, there are 3 kinds of letting go. Letting go of the past, letting go of the expectations placed on yourself or others, and letting go of the things that no longer serve you. Your practice may blend all 3, and the more grace you bring to that process, the more beauty you'll see in the change. Because in the end, letting go isn't about loss, it's about liberation. And liberation, my friend, is where your soul takes flight. Letting go is rarely easy, but it's always worth it. It's the bridge between where you've been and where your soul is longing to go. The act of release clears space for peace, joy, and possibility to take root. And while it can feel uncomfortable in the moment, it is essential to living a truly soulful life, one where you are not weighed down by what no longer belongs to you. I'd love to know what's one thing, big or small, you're ready to release. Drop it in the comments. You never know. Your words might be the spark someone else needs today. If this video spoke to you, give it a like, share it with a friend who's ready for their own release, and subscribe to Urban Soul so you don't miss more herbal wisdom and soulful living. Thank you for watching. Until next time, be well, be true, and be kind to your soul.